I'm George Gonzo. As your host for the next 30 minutes, I can promise you some interesting arrivals through this entrance. We're going to take you on a historical tour of the nursing profession in Canada.
We present Highlights in Nursing, a program by the Saskatchewan Registered Nurses Association with facilities and production provided by the University of Saskatchewan, Regina campus.
Did you ever wonder where nursing began? How nursing came to Canada and when? Who was the first Canadian nurse? Let's go back and find out how the profession began.
Hello, my name is June Blau, and I am a proud retired registered nurse and former president of the Saskatchewan Registered Nurses Association. As we celebrate 100 years of profession-led regulation by the SRNA, we also reflect on the rich history of nursing in the province. Saskatchewan has a proud history of nursing, dating back as far as 1860, when the Sisters of Charity, Grey Nuns, founded a mission in Île-à-Croix. Life for early settlers was harsh. Few settlements had healthcare providers or services. By the end of the 19th century, the Victoria Hospital in Prince Albert and the Cottage Hospital in Regina, with a total capacity of 14 patients, were the only hospitals in the Saskatchewan area. The first decade of the new century was a period of building hospitals. In 1901, the 7-bed Cottage Hospital in Regina was replaced by a 25-bed, 2-story stone building called Victoria Hospital. Large-scale immigration and the devastating typhoid epidemics of 1906 and 1907 left the civic hospitals unable to meet the needs of the rapidly expanding new settlements in Saskatchewan. It was during this period that development began on the St. Paul's Hospital in Saskatoon, the Regina General Hospital, and the Grey Nuns Hospital in Regina. By 1910, other small hospitals were in operation in the communities of Saltcoats, Yorkton, Moosomin, Indian Head, Maple Creek, Moose Jaw, Prince Albert, and Melfort. A lack of trained nurses compelled most of the new hospitals to open their own training schools. During 1900, Victoria Hospital in Prince Albert claimed to be the first hospital to begin to train nurses in the Northwest Territories. The need to establish uniform standards in training schools and provide protection for patients spurred the creation of the Canadian Nurses Association in 1911. With the same goals in mind, nurses across the province came together to draft the Saskatchewan Registered Nurses Act, which was passed March 10, 1917. Jean E. Brown was chair of the committee that drafted the bill, and she became the SRNA's first president. Initially, the SRNA and the University of Saskatchewan shared responsibility for the administration of the Registered Nurses Act. The SRNA was provided office space by the Red Cross Society, and over the course of many years, the provincial office moved from one building to another before it settled into its permanent space at 2066 Retallick Street in Regina. While Saskatchewan nurses were turning their efforts to regulating their profession, they were also faced with the looming threat of war. Members of the SRNA rose to the challenge, volunteering to join the war effort for Canada. Veterans Affairs Canada states that from 1914 to 1918, some 3,141 single Canadian women served our country. At an average age of 24 years, many were sent overseas to areas such as Britain, France, Egypt, and Greece. Again, from 1944 to 1948, Canadian nurses rose to the challenge, serving in all 3 branches of the military, Navy, Army, and Air Force. By the war's end, approximately 4,480 nursing sisters had served their country with honor and valor. These are just a few Saskatchewan nurses that served overseas. The SRNA paid honor to Saskatchewan nurses who died in First and Second World Wars by raising money for a statue of nursing sister Gladys Matheson. The statue stands in front of the Saskatchewan War Memorial on the legislative grounds in Regina. The statue recognizes the 5,300 names of Saskatchewan's war dead. Gladys Matheson Krim from Onion Lake, Saskatchewan, served our country and the nursing profession proudly during World War I for 4 years. On the home front, the SRNA and Saskatchewan nurses continued to make great strides in advancing the nursing profession. The standard curriculum of the Canadian Association of Nurse Education was adopted in 1920. In 1931, new rules required that students had to be 19 years old to attend nursing school. The University of Saskatchewan College of Nursing was founded in 1938. The first students graduated from the program in 1943. 1947 to 1971 was a time of growth and opportunity for the SRNA and members across the province. Shortly after the Second World War ended, Saskatchewan initiated a provincial universal public hospital insurance plan. In 1953, the first nursing students enrolled in the centralized teaching program at the University of Saskatchewan. Jean Goodwill, from the Poundmaker First Nation, made history by becoming the first RN of Indigenous origin to graduate from the nursing school at Prince Albert's Holy Family Hospital in 1954. There were new developments in healthcare facilities during this time period. The University Hospital in Saskatoon opened its doors in 1955. 2 years later, the first intensive care unit was established. This period also marked a number of firsts. In 1965, Janet Spence Fontaine became the first Indigenous person in the province to graduate with a degree in nursing from the University of Saskatchewan. Due to the growth and development of the SRNA during this period, the association moved into its new home on May 26, 1966. The SRNA was led by a number of capable leaders over the years. Through their efforts and determination, the nursing profession continued to develop and expand into new areas. By 1971, nurses were recognized for their efforts when the International Council of Nurses designated May 12th, Florence Nightingale's birthday, as International Nurses Day. The thoughtful and diligent work of nurses during this period helped lay the foundation for the profession in the future. The 1970s began with a number of important initiatives. The Saskatchewan Nurse Practitioner Demonstration Project was developed by a joint committee of health and government sectors. The University of Saskatchewan College of Nursing accepted the role of creating the 6-month postmaster's nursing program to prepare experienced nurses to function independently and collaboratively in primary care. Seeing the need for stronger collective bargaining for its members, the SRNA created the position of Employment Relations Officer in 1970. Anne Sutherland, a nursing consultant, was hired. The Saskatchewan Union of Nurses, or SUN, was officially born on January 19, 1974. Joan Faulkner, a member of SUN's first provincial steering committee for collective bargaining and a past SUN president, was a key nursing leader in advocating for safe patient care and improved working conditions for nurses. By the end of its first year, SUN was the official bargaining agent for nurses in 76 hospitals and 5 nursing homes. Membership totaled approximately 2,500. Today, SUN has become a strong advocate for safe patient care, professional practice, and safe working conditions for nurses. Other developments during this era included the establishment of the Saskatchewan Nursing Research Unit. The research unit was the first in Canada that was co-sponsored by a regulatory body, the SRNA, and a university, the University of Saskatchewan. Another accomplishment during this period took place in 1988 when the government of Saskatchewan passed a new Registered Nurses Act. This act marked the coming of age for another body, Certified Nursing Assistants, which would now have their own act. In 1996, the provincial government approved the Nursing Education Program for Saskatchewan, or NEPS, which was designed to prepare graduates for a changing healthcare system. And in 2011, the government approved the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program at the University of Saskatchewan, and the Saskatchewan Collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing program delivered by the Saskatchewan Institute of Applied Science and Technology and the University of Regina. With a changing system, the government created the Fight Commission in 2000 to identify challenges facing Medicare, outline potential solutions, and engage with stakeholders. The SRNA was prominent in these discussions and decisions. New innovations soon followed. The nurse practitioner bylaws were passed in 2002, the SRNA piloted the Quality Workplace program, and the SRNA appointed members to the Health Quality Council, an agency formed in 2003 to lead the push for quality improvement in healthcare. That year also marked the new SRNA Continuing Competency Program and the new Provincial Healthline Initiative for immediate access by phone to registered nurses. A significant milestone took place on February 7, 2009, when Sophia Leray was born to Kathy Chicoine and Jason Sinclair with the assistance of 2 midwives. This was the first birth under regulated midwifery services. As the role of nurse practitioners evolved during this period, the government proclaimed the inaugural Nurse Practitioners Awareness Day on April 27, 2015, to recognize their key and emerging role in healthcare. This period truly marked a time of advancement for the nursing profession. So, where do we stand as a profession today? Well, perhaps Joanne Peterson, current president of SRNA, said it best at the start of this centennial year.
2017 is a historic year for Saskatchewan's registered nurses as we enter our 100th anniversary, and it is an honor to be leading the Saskatchewan registered nurses into our centennial year. Our profession and our association have so much to be proud of. We've played a pivotal role in pioneering, evolving, and delivering healthcare in this province. Today, registered nurses make up the largest number of healthcare professionals in the province. It's a testament to our strong and valuable role in the healthcare system.
In 2017, my priority as the SRNA president is to strengthen the governance of the SRNA and deliver on Council's vision, mission, and directives with a focus on enhancing and optimizing our scope of practice. And we're already making great strides in this regard. For example, in October, we developed a meaningful partnership with patient and family advisors to give them an opportunity to learn more about the SRNA, share ideas, and help advance our mandate. In December, we launched the RNs with Additional Authorized Practice, and more than 50 RNs completed the required education and competencies to qualify for this designation. Northern communities now benefit from registered nurses with the ability to independently diagnose and treat limited common medical disorders according to specific clinical decision tools. All these efforts and the very foundation of our profession is built on collaboration with our patients and families, with our nursing colleagues, with other healthcare providers, doctors, pharmacists, associations, unions, and government. It is this sentiment and collaboration that I will carry forward into 2017 as your new SRNA president. My commitment to you is to continue to work together to advance registered nursing practice to enable better healthcare for the people of Saskatchewan. I hope you share in my excitement and my optimism, and I look forward to celebrating our past and building our future together.
Well, where to next? We are, after all, in the space age. And as nursing has met the changes and challenges in the past, so it will continue to do so. As in the past, so in the present and future, nursing will take new developments and offer relevant and warm services to support people towards attaining the best possible health.